So, Ozzy is beating me 110 to 98 in fantasy because he has the best quarterback in the league, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, dude, he is like, I'm so mad.
It's stupid.
Dude, the Raiders should have sold the freaking farm. Like, Max Crosby, I'm sorry, I love you. You're like my favorite player of all time, but you gotta go. You know what I mean? 3 first-round picks. You gotta go. Like, everything should have went for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, too little too late now.
I am beating Patty's Baddies 119 to 107. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, Ozzy's going to improve to 4-1.
I still have Shaheed. And who does she? I don't think she has anybody left. Oh, she has a kicker.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Not going to work.
Not gonna happen.
That ain't it. Let's get through this.
Okay.
It's nothing but pain to talk about this week.
No, dude. Like, what happened?
Welcome to the house. Episode, what's this, 10? 10. Wow. Big milestone. Episode 10 already.
Dang, that's wild.
Yeah. It's 11? Whoa, that's crazy.
Look,
I don't even know what episode it
You don't
is.
even know how to count. That's how distraught you are over yesterday.
Okay.
And losing to the Giants.
Bro.
The G-Man.
And your team lost to the Broncos.
Yeah,
so
really
it's just,
bad.
This is just not a good week for us.
So like let's break it down. So what really sucked about, like, I didn't get to watch a bunch of it because my stupid best friend, you know who you are, decided to schedule his kid's birthday party at 1:00 on a Sunday. Not salty about it at all.
You don't sound that upset.
But so, like, what was crazy is, like, the Raiders came out and they looked really, really good. I mean, Minshew was 9 for 9 at one point. And they go all the way down to the red zone, and it looks like they're about to go up 17-3. Mm-hmm. It looks like we're about to open the floodgates and just start, dumping on the Broncos like we do. And Gardner Minshew rolls left, sails a ball, sails it super bad to the point where Brock Bowers went up for it, but he was like, wait, that's not for me, maybe, and comes back down, goes to Pat Surtain, and he brings it back for a 100-yard pick six, and from that point on, the Raiders were done.
Oh, let's talk about 100-yard defensive touchdowns, because my team, the Giants, go on a 10-minute opening drive.
Yeah.
Get to
was it
fourth
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Oh
Fourth and goal from the 1-yard line. Fumble the ball. Scoop and score. 100-yard scoop and score.
Yeah.
The Giants immediately go back the other way and tie it up. Mm-hmm. The Seahawks get lucky to escape the half tied 10-10. They got the ball back with 22 seconds left. The offense didn't even get on the field until the second quarter. They did not touch the field in the first quarter, which is crazy.
Yeah.
10-10. I have to stop watching the game. I go to play my adult soccer game where we get waxed in that too, and then come back. So I'm watching the game, and I'm not having a good time. The Seahawks are down by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter, against all the odds.
Yeah,
touchdown, defense finally gets a stop. Field goal, Geno Smith.
With no neighbors,
veteran,
with no neighbors.
Veteran move by Geno Smith. Knows there's time on the clock.
Yeah.
The Giants are all spread out on the sides of the field. He just runs it straight up the middle of the field. Gets into field goal range in one play. The Seahawks proceed to do nothing. They call a timeout immediately following that because they're not on the same page. They're not ready to go. Blocked field goal for a touchdown by the Giants. The Seahawks shouldn't have even been trying, had to have tied that game with a field goal in the first place. And insult to injury, not only did it get blocked, but they lose 29-20 to the Giants.
Yeah.
Ugh. Not a good week for a football team.
Disgusting. But at least you are not a Buffalo Bills fan. Did you watch that game?
I did.
So let's break that. That was the most. So this is why I think that the Ravens shellacked the Bills, and why Josh Allen, until he really like sits down and looks himself in the mirror and says, "You just got to take what's available. Will not win a championship." Because what the Ravens did was they gave the Bills everything underneath, right? If you looked at the game, like they were playing probably 5 to 10 yards off the receivers, and they just were like, you're not going to beat us deep, right? But Josh Allen
insists on
it. Like he is way overconfident in his arm, and he has a great arm. Like he's a great quarterback, but he has a great and then he just insists on throwing it, and that's exactly what happened in the Houston game where you're under 2 minutes, you're tied 20-20. You're going to go to overtime, right? The logical play there, Houston has 3 timeouts. You're backed up on your 5-yard line. The logical play there is to run the ball 3 times, try to get to overtime. No.
That's not all Josh Allen, though. That's play calling.
That's play calling, too. But, dude, the coach was losing his mind on the sideline. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because, okay, like, you're play calling, and I'm sure that, like, the number one route wasn't Mac Hollins 30 yards down the field.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Texans are a good team, but the Bills lost that game.
Yeah, they lost that game hard and then just gave it back. They might as well they just wanted to give one little parting gift to Stephon Diggs, I guess. I don't know what that was about. But
one more really interesting game, because I do want to move on to hockey, because hockey starts on Tuesday. But did you watch Sunday Night Football last night? Because I got to watch it live at home when I got home at 7:30 because there was a 2-hour rain delay.
Yeah.
And then
that was ridiculous.
The poor broadcast, they don't know what to talk about. They've shown the replays of all the other games 3 times, and they're like, yeah, so they're bringing sandwiches into the locker rooms, and if you look over here, close up of sandwiches, they were just drowning. Like, please, take it
away. Yeah, yeah. The broadcasters were like, "We're supposed to be eating dinner right now, but here we are." So, yeah,
that game went till like past midnight.
Yeah, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. Dak is the first quarterback to throw an interception in one game on 2 separate days.
And the Cowboys still won.
And it
was 4th and goal, and I was like, the Steelers are going to do it. They're going to go to 4-1. But, I mean, the 2 3-0 teams that were frauds, which were the Seahawks and the Steelers, have shown to be frauds.
What's even more interesting is, so Russell Wilson,
what is going on with him,
supposedly is now gearing towards being healthy and says that he is available next week.
Yeah, but are you going to take the ball away from Justin Fields?
I don't know. He didn't play that great in that game.
Not in that game, no. He looked a lot better against the Colts in that loss than he did against the Cowboys. Yeah. But in his defense, the field looked like it was a small layer of grass floating on top of a swamp. Yeah. So I can't believe that there were 30 points in that game, because I thought it was 6-3 at the half, and I was like, that's about what I thought. Yeah. Baseball is also super good right now too. The Mets, baby, the Mets are tied 1-1 because they lost to the Phillies. And then the Padres smacked the Dodgers, right in the teeth.
Just smacked him. Smacked him. And so the thing though, so like the way they came out like a team with their back against the wall. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And like it was one of those games where everything went right. Like they were stealing it, like they were catching home runs. You know what I mean? Like I don't know that it's time to like sound the alarm yet, but I would be a little concerned because it looked like the Padres got into Dodgers' head. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
They definitely got in Dodgers fans' heads because the game was delayed because people were throwing stuff on the field. So, come on, LA.
Come on. Get it together. Jeez.
Okay.
Nobody likes you already. So.
We're recording this on Monday. Yeah. I think it's going to come out on Tuesday. Oh, also, the Rich Get Richer, Ozzy's baseball team won. Yeah. And
Jacksonville got their first win.
Jacksonville got their first win. And Ozzy's fantasy team won. And did the Chargers win this week?
They didn't play this week.
Oh, no, they had the bye this week, which is kind of a win because then they don't have to lose. So
another thing to note, one more thing for football, is that Caleb Williams finally looked like
holy
the
cow
#1 overall pick.
Grief, yeah, it's about time, but I did not have the patience to keep him on my fantasy team. So we'll see if that keeps up. Okay, hockey season is upon us.
Yes,
it's so exciting because last hockey season, honestly, was really, really good. It was so many good storylines. I think that there is no better time to get into the NHL than right now, this point in history. Maybe when Wayne Gretzky was like got traded to the King. That was an exciting time too. But hockey's great.
Yeah.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yes.
You need to watch Face Off Inside the NHL, the documentary that they did. It's only 6 episodes, so it's super digestible. You can watch it like on a lazy Saturday.
Face, but I'm very uninterested.
No, so they don't like spend a lot of time on the teams, but they just follow around like some of the biggest superstars in the game, and it's super, super interesting because it's aimed at the casual fan, which is why I think that it's a great, if this is the season you're getting into hockey, it's a great starting point to just see like the culture behind the game and the mentality of these guys. Like Amazon, they did the NFL one and the golf one, the F1. They do a really good job with those at just highlighting the people behind the game, right?
Yeah.
So that is a great starting point. It was really, really good. They did 2 episodes on Connor McDavid, who is scary. When they have a clip inside the locker room of when they had gone down 2-0 to the Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah. And I pooped myself a little bit. I wasn't even there. You do not want to make that man upset. He's the best. He is the most talented player maybe in NHL history. I'm not saying that he's like the GOAT, right? Because he doesn't have the Stanley Cups that Gretzky does, and he hasn't quite broken all those records, but just pure like hockey skill wise, he might be the most talented player in NHL history. And
is preseason over?
Preseason's over. Okay. Preseason doesn't matter. Just like every other sport, who cares about preseason?
That's not true. We got some big basketball preseason.
Well, okay. Well, right at the end, you want to talk about LeBron and Bronny and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I'm going to go through the divisions really quick because I'm going to try to give you a team that I think is worth watching. If you see the game come on,
why would I do that? Why
ESPN,
wouldn't I watch my team? That doesn't.
You should watch your team, but like casual. I'm telling. There's more people listen to this. People watch this.
We had 2 views.
If they there's dozen of viewers.
Yeah,
Bryan.
Yeah.
So starting with the Pacific, that's where your team is, the Vegas Golden Knights.
Golden Knights.
I think they're going to be a playoff team again. I don't get what your apprehension is to this name. It's
I think it's lame.
It's a great name.
Golden Knights.
Like, when you're good, you can have a cheesy
Seattle
name.
Kraken. Like that sounds
sick
dope.
Name. So
sick name.
The Kraken are my team to watch out of the Pacific, not because they're good, because I don't think they're going to make the playoffs again.
Oh, good.
But
sweet name. No good players.
Every single game of the Kraken is on Amazon Prime. That's a non-national game. Okay. You can watch every Kraken game if you have Amazon Prime. So easy team to watch. They are a young team. They've got a lot of promising upside, but they need some guys to take a step this year. Yep. So I do think they're an interesting team to follow. I don't know if they're a playoff team. There's a lot of bad teams in this division. The Ducks, the Sharks, the Flames. Don't expect anything from them. They're awful. Bryan has this thing where he hates.
They're so stupid. The Flames
hates.
It sounds like
teams.
No, because it sounds like you're like some like off branch league of a professional team. Like you're not even the like that. Like your guys' names sound like the CFL version of the NFL. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm sorry.
In the Central Division, that's where the Avs play. I think the team that had the best offseason is the Nashville Predators. And they... Bryan, you got to let me just get through this.
I can't. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
Their logo's a saber-toothed tiger.
Ozzy gets it, dude. It's ridiculous. Please, yes, thank you. Okay, we can move on. Somebody needs to be fired, dude. Oh, dude,
Watch Nashville.
Yeah.
I think that they were a team that squeaked into the playoffs and looked better than anyone thought they were going to. And they signed Steven Stamkos. They signed Jonathan Marchessault. Marchessault. It's a hard name to say.
Oh, they got the Ducks, dude. Sorry.
The Ducks. Ducks are bad.
Oh, okay.
Ducks are awful. The Avs, if the Avs get Gabriel Landeskog back, as an Avs fan, I will be much, much more excited. Also, I don't know if you've seen any of the videos coming out of Utah, just with like the fan support and the ownership group. I think Ryan Smith is a fantastic owner. I think he's maybe the ideal sports owner that you want, just seeing what he's done with the Jazz in a small market, how he's handled bringing in a hockey team there.
The Utah Hockey Club?
The Utah Hockey Club. They couldn't get a name. You have to.
It's a great owner.
So, okay, you're gonna throw shade on, but here's the deal. So it takes months for them to print all the merch and all the jerseys and all the stuff.
I get it.
They weren't able to have a name by that deadline, so they're going with the Utah Hockey Club, and then they will announce the name this season and have new jerseys and stuff next year. So they're going to be a little bit basic, but the players on the team are really, really exciting. There's a ton of young talent that were formerly on the Arizona Coyotes that are going to be playing in Utah, and I think that they have enough there that they could be a fringe playoff team, and if this team makes the playoffs in their first year, it would be super, super exciting and good for, you need that success in a small market, right? Like Vegas is a hockey town now because of that crazy Stanley Cup final run they went on in their first year. Like they put a good product on the ice. So I think that there's a lot of interesting teams out of the West. The Eastern Conference, I don't watch as much because I'm a fan of mostly Western Conference teams. The Florida Panthers out of the Atlantic are going to be doing a Stanley Cup title defense, and that is always fascinating. But really, out of the Atlantic, the team that needs to take a step is the Detroit Red Wings, because they've been in the middle of a rebuild for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And they've been saying they're going to make the playoff year after year after year, and they haven't. They have a brand new rink that has
like that
never
should
seen a
be
playoff.
My team.
I mean, I think it's better to be a fan of a good team. I watch a lot of Leafs games, and I think it's because subconsciously they remind me of the Mariners. They haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967, so it reminds me of the fact that my baseball team hasn't. I'm not talking about the Mariners right now. And also the Penguins out of the Metro are a fun team to watch because I think they're going to be a tire fire. They're a disaster. I don't like what they're doing, and I think it's going to blow up in their face and be awful. But a fun young team to watch is the Devils. I like the Devils. Why can't we? What's wrong? That is a classic.
The Devils.
The Devils. Yeah,
That's
like Seinfeld.
ridiculous.
What do
Okay.
you mean?
All right. In other news, basketball.
Hockey starts.
Hockey
Watch
starts.
hockey.
You watch hockey. Otherwise, if you don't want to watch hockey, watch basketball. Preseason is full swing underway, and the Lakers did the thing where they drafted LeBron's son to make LeBron happy, and they took the floor for the first time yesterday together, and LeBron looked like old LeBron, and Bronny looked like somebody that shouldn't be in the NBA.
He shouldn't.
Like, he had 0 points through like 20-some minutes.
Oh, my gosh.
He's definitely going to be a defensive guy.
Well, if you can't score any points, then yeah, you're definitely a defensive guy.
He does have some like defensive IQ and has shown some decent hops. So it'll be interesting to see if they send him to the G League, because that's where he needs to go. But it's going to be interesting if LeBron allows them to do that. And this is why I'm over LeBron. This is why I'm over LeBron, and I'm ready for you to go. Like, I appreciate the championship in 2020. Thank you so much, sir. Have a good day. Go off into the sunset. I said good day, sir. Like, I am done.
Messy.
Other news that I want to highlight really quick is LaMelo Ball came back. First time playing since January. Played about 20 minutes. Came out looking on fire. Scored about 19 points. Had a ton of assists. And I'm really excited, and I'm hoping that he becomes a free agent and comes to LA next year. And
I hope his dad doesn't appear on TV.
I think there's like some riff in that relationship. I don't know if you've like heard about all that. Like the Baller brand is pretty much like they got taken
the
advantage
Baller
of.
brand. You're laughing at the New Jersey Devils, but the Baller brand.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, big ballers.
Yeah, see, Ozzy thinks it's funny.
Yeah,
Big Baller brand. Triple B.
That's not
I know I have a lot of stupid acronyms that I come up with here, but Triple B, Big Baller brand, is dumb.
That's not the same though. Like it's not a professional team's name. That's just this gimmick that their dad tried to get rich off of their kids, and that's a hot take. But I think
that's not a hot take. That's what happened.
I mean, some people defend him because at the end of the day, he produced three technically professional athletes, even though his other son didn't make it.
The Hughes parents have 3 kids playing in the NHL right now, and all 3 of them deserve to be in the NHL. So shout out. It's in the Amazon documentary, actually.
And then Josh Giddey. Never mind. We're not going to talk about it.
No,
no,
we're running out of time. This is the best time of the year because there is no short. It's playoff baseball. Hockey season starting, football season's in full swing. Yep. Basketball's kicking off soon. Yep. I love this time of year. It's the best time of year.
Love it.
And even when we're rooting against each other, sports bring us together. And I did check. It is episode 10. I just labeled that on the computer wrong. So I was still in the wrong, but not in the way that Ozzy thought I was. I was wrong in a different way.
Woo.
So
sick burn.
To the house. Episode 10. We'll see you next week.
Later.